All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have met again in another tutorial. In our last tutorial on graphic design, we created a new document and then we saved it in a folder. I also told you that we are not going to have a tutorial on how to open your saved document. Okay, so this is the next tutorial we have to do after the last tutorial. So in this tutorial, we are going to take a look at the interface of Photoshop 2019 after we've created our document. We actually created a document or a page. So when we open the page, we are expected to see other things, the preferences that we used to save our project or our document is what we are going to see. So when we open your application, you are going to see the works that you did recently, as I explained in our first or second tutorial. So these are the recently done works, and you can see a lot of them on it. But our attention is not going to be any of these projects. We're only going to see the documents we created for ourselves in the last tutorial. So a quick one, no, we won't waste any much time. We'll just go to open it. You just need to click on the open button right here. Then when you open it, when you click on it, open. All right, it will open up a dialog box or a folder. So you need to find the folder which you saved your first project. And I told you that we are going to save it on the desktop. So we are going to just go to the desktop and then look for the project folder we saved, and that is graphic design works. Okay, so we will go into the project. Then we find our Photoshop file here, first graphics project. If you could remember, this was the name we used to save the project. So we just click on it, and the name will be selected in the file name section. Then we just click on open, and then automatically it will open for us. And then it will open with the preferences that we used the last time we set up. We used A5 size, and we used 5 by 7 inches size, and that is what we can see here. Okay, let me close this docker. That is what we can see here. If you want to make it cover, yes, you should make it cover the space, and to do that we're going to go over. The tutorial actually is going to center on well, let's see, we are going to do a lot in this tutorial, though we want to keep the tutorial very short. We don't like to make our tutorials very long, but so the first things we are going to look out for are the bars on the application. We have the application icon right on top at the very top corner of the application. This bar you see here, the whole of this bar on the top, is called the menu bar. And on the menu bar, we have some commands like file, edit, image, layer, type, select, filter, 3D, view, window, help, and help. We also have the control section, which is the minimize, maximize, and then the close buttons. Okay, so the whole of the first bar, which is at the top, is the menu bar. We also have the formatting tool bar section, which is the next from the menu bar, the formatting or the property bar. You get to know why it is called the property bar very soon. We also have the tool panel right here. As you can see, I'm dragging it. It is movable, so you can move it and place it where you want to place it. But usually it is placed at the very side of it. So this is the toolbar. It contains lots of tools that we are going to use. And special thing is when you hover your mouse, or you put your mouse on the tools on it, it Photoshop automatically tells you or displays how it is used. Okay, that means, as you can see, whilst the mouse is on it, it has displayed the use of it. When I bring it down to another tool, it shows you the name of the tool, and then how it is used is displayed. So that is how it is. We also have the color session. As you can see, you have color, you have swatches. Swatches is grouped individually. The colors that are grouped individually, and then the color is when you get to select the color of your choice. This gives you so many color choices. So depending on whichever which of the alignment you put, you get different color sources. But the swatches give you individual colors to choose from. Okay. All right. We also have another bar here, which is called the quick launch bar. Okay. It's called the quick launch bar. Some of the buttons or some of the commands are installed here, so you easily get them, and then you can use them. Okay. Sometimes or mostly it shows um, some of the buttons or the let me say the commands on the menu bar or the window. Okay, displays some of the bars on the command on the menu bar or the window. So this is the layer session, or let me say your document session. This is where you get to see the actual things that you are putting on. So this is the layer session. As you can see, we have only one layer, and that is the background layer. Okay, so this is the document session, which we are going to use a lot in the. So briefly, this is how Photoshop works, or this is how the interface of Photoshop is grouped. So the next thing we are going to do is that we are going to start editing. We are going to start basic editing, and the first thing we must do is to bring something on the document. That is, import something on the document. Okay, so to help us do that, you can use the drag and drop option. Okay, you can use the drag and drop option. So you go into your folder and then search for where you have your images. So I'll go to my images folder. Okay, go to where I have the images. Okay, so this is where I have my images. So I will just click on it, then drag it, and then bring it onto my document. And then you can see that it will open on my document. Okay, I'll click on enter, or I'll go to the property bar and then click on transform. Okay, transform icon or transform button. We've been able to bring our image to the document. There's a need for us to do simple editing to it. Photoshop is a graphic design software, so it allows you to manipulate images and then shapes and other things. All right, so we can resize them by clicking at the edge and then dragging it to where we want it to be. Okay, so then we click on the. Now we have enlarged our image. Okay, we have enlarged our image, and thanks to the transform controls, we click at the edge, then we drag either out or in to reduce it. We drag out to increase the size, and then we drag in to decrease the size as well. All right, so this is how we bring an image onto the document form. We can use the drag and drop button, or we can open it in another document, and when we open it in another document, we can use the drag and drop as well to move it and bring it onto our document session. Now, there are other things we can do on the document space. That is, um, use drawing or creating shapes, basic shapes in Photoshop. So there are other commands such as the rectangle tool, and when we drop down, we click on the drop down and then open the drop down menu. We can see that there are other shapes we can use. We have ellipse tool, we have polygon, we have lines, and then custom shape tools. Whichever tool we click on, it gives us the opportunity to draw the shape on the document we have created. Okay, and when we draw the shape, it comes with a custom size, and the custom size is selected from the color wheel. If we want to change the color of the shape we've drawn, we can do so, but it comes with a custom color which will be picked automatically from the color wheel. So let's see if we want to change this shape from the current color to another color. We just go to the property menu or the property section. As you can see, properties. Then we click on the color. This is the fill color, and then this is the stroke. That is the outline color. So if we want to change the shape color. We click inside. Then it will open the colors for us. We have the color menu. That is the solid color menu, the gradient color menu, the vector color menu. Okay, so we come to the solid color menu, then we change it to whichever color we want. Okay, we can select whichever color. You can also change it to the color wheel so that we can have different color pattern or different colors. Okay, colors which are not found in the, then we click on OK, then it will automatically change. Then it will be added into our recently used colors, which are the swatches. Okay, so this is how we change fill colors. We can also click here to change the color of the stroke, that is the outline. Currently it has no color, it has no outline. That is why the 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 symbol shows red. Okay, so if you want to change it, we can go to this, the heaviness or the size of the stroke, which is currently set. So you can increase it to whichever way we want it, and then it will automatically give us the custom color. Okay, so this is a stroke to give us. Then we can change the color from here. Whichever color we pick, the application will give it to us. You can also use gradient colors on it, on the on the outline. So as I'm clicking through, you can see that the colors are changing. The stroke colors are changing. You can also use vector colors on it. So the outline can have different colors. Okay. So this is how we use um, color fills and then out stroke colors. We can also do different types of shapes. We have ellipse, and ellipse is the same thing we use for drawing a circle. Okay, we can draw a circle or an ellipse on the surface. Yes, and now it has also assumed the custom colors once again. Okay, then we can go to how we can change it, give it a gradient color, and then increase the stroke size. You can come here, give it give it, yeah. So there is also a circle that we can create in Photoshop. Okay, so already you can see that just the intersection has given us a brilliant design, and you can use this design anywhere. Though it's no idea, I don't know how you intend to use it though, but it's good. We also have rectangular. Let me see. We also have rounded rectangle. Okay, and this is where the edges or the corners of the rectangle is curved. Okay, so you want to create a curved document or curved rectangle. We have it here, and it gives you the opportunity to either increase or decrease the um, edges, the radius. Okay, so we can come here, and once this is ticked, that means that it is linked, which means that to affect all the corners, one change you make will affect all the corners. If we want to change only one corner of the rectangle, we only need to uncheck this. Okay, we have to unlink it so that we'll be able to. So as I do that, let me reset, then you will see the impact. You see that only one side has changed. Okay, if we linked it, if we link it, then whichever color we give to one side will also affect another side. Okay, okay, see that it has affected. Let's reset them to 0. So let's see, if we give 100 to one side, it's going to affect all the size. Okay, so now we have this. So this is how we can also use um, the this is how we can also use the round edge. Okay, now Photoshop, early on I told you that Photoshop uses layer style of designing. So whichever item you create on the document, it is built in layers. So this is the layer panel, and you have the right to change the layers to how you want the arrangement to be. So let's say at this stage you have the circle intersecting with the rounded rectangle. You can decide to bring the rounded rectangle on top of the circle. Okay, now you see, and this is how we do it. You can either click and drag, or you can go to the layer menu, then come to arrange. Okay, come to arrange, depending on the shape you have selected. If you have selected this layer or this layer, let's select the circle first. You have selected the circle layer. So if you go to the layer, then you click on arrange, it has the options for you: bring to front, bring forward, send backward, send to back. So you can say bring to front, and then automatically it will come to the front. We also have if some effect we can apply on the it's actually basic effect that we can apply on the shapes. So if you want to either merge the shapes or create an intersection from the shape, what you need to do is that you create your shapes, then you select them together like this. So you need to let them intersect because you want to create something out of it. So you need to let them intersect or crossover. Then you can select both of them. Then you can come to the path operations. Okay, you can come to the path operations to click on whichever you want to use. You can create like this, and you see that it has created only uh, one session for us. Okay, you can also use this, then it will merge them. It will merge the colors for us. Okay, so when it is like this, that means it has merged. Okay, and you can use them. You can also use this one, and then everything. So whichever way you want to manipulate your images, you are at liberty to do it. Okay, we also have custom shapes. Okay, I will leave the rest for you to also go through. We have custom shape tool, and the custom shape tool gives you a lot of tools for you to use. It gives you a lot of shapes that you can also use. Okay, gives you a lot of shapes, and these are pre-built shapes, different types of shapes in there, and you can manipulate them. You can do a lot, everything you want to do you can do it. There's a bullet uh, thing. Anything you want to do with it, you can change the colors. Anything you want to deal with, you can do with it. Okay, a lot of things for you to do in Photoshop. All right, with that said and done, we also have the text tool, and the text tool will allow you to write your text. Anything you want to write on your document, the text tool will allow you to write. And when you create the text tool, it's also created in layers, so you can arrange them how whichever you want. You can arrange them. Then we also have an eraser tool, and you all know what erasers do. Okay, you all know what erasers do. It is used to clean. Okay, and whichever shape you pick, you need to come to the property bar, the shape property bar, to see if there are options you can do. Of course, whichever shape you pick, there are options that you can use to manipulate it. And so I can use the eraser tool to clean everything that I've done on the wall, provided I have selected it. So you need to first select it, then you can apply your eraser on it. All right. So there are a lot of tools, and then we go through as and when we can. This video should be short, so you can also try your hands on other tools. We have quick selection tool, and this is the last tool you are going to use. Then you go through the rest of the tools all by yourselves. The quick selection tool is used to especially remove background images. Okay, so I'll bring my image. I'll select an image and bring to the document. Then I have it. Let me zoom in so that you can see. Okay, so this is the image I have. I want to remove the background of this image. I don't want the color background. Okay, so what I need to do is that I'll just pick the quick selection tool. Now this one I'm going to use, I will leave the quick selection tool for you. I'm going to use a magic eraser tool. Magic eraser tool. So it is also found in the drop down of the eraser tool. So you go there and then you right click on it. The magic eraser tool will appear. Then you click on it, and when you click on it, just go to your image, and then you can use it on it. Now you can see that it has given me a sign that which shows I cannot use the tool. It is not that I cannot use the tool. It is because before you can use a tool on the image has to be converted into a vector form. Okay, as it is an image, or it is a JPEG format. So it needs to be converted into a layer or rasterized. We call it rasterized. So when I click on it, to give me an option to choose. So if I click on it, it will see that this smart object must be rasterized before proceeding. Edit content will no longer be available. Rasterize the smart object. Okay, so it needs to be rasterized before we can use the tool on it. So we just click on OK. Okay, there are things we can also do to rasterize our image before we can pick the tool. That is selecting the image, and then you go to image on the menu bar. Then you let me see. No, you go to layer. Okay, because it's a layer, so you go to the layer, and then you go to smart objects. Okay, you go to smart object and convert it to smart object, or you go to rasterize. Okay, and when you go to rasterize, it also gives you smart object. So you click on smart object, and now your image is rasterized. You can now pick the tool and then use it on it directly. Okay, you see that early on we had not rasterized it, so you see that when you pick the tool, it's telling us that we cannot use it. So we need to rasterize it, and then after rasterizing, the shape tool will come, the quick eraser tool will come, and then the only thing we need to do is that we have to apply to the part of the image that we want to remove the background from. So we just click on the background once, and the image and the background will remove. Whichever place does not remove, you just go and click on it again, and it will remove. And this quick magic background remover, or the magic eraser tool, works on solid colors, pictures with solid colors with one color. That is why some when we clicked on it, some of the colors did not go, because those colors were kind of different from the original colors we wanted to remove. Now, what about images with solid color, different color backgrounds, like color backgrounds which are solid, like this one? Yeah, like this one. Imagine we want to remove only this man. We want to remove only this man from the picture. What then are we going to do? Okay. All right. So to be able to do that, we need to open this image. Okay, we need to open this image in a document form. So we will open this image in a different document. So we can drag it to the panel, and then it will open for us. Then we can use the the quick selection tool on it. All right, you can use the quick selection tool. Then you need to scale it to the edges of the. So before you can do that, you need to create a different document with the image, and by dragging it to the edge of the application, it opens the image for you to. Or you can also use the open command, then to open for you. So after you click on this, and then you remove the man from it, you can see that it has removed the man from the place. Then you can move it to wherever you want to place him. Okay, now let's you see that he has been able to. We have removed the man from his current position to this place. So when we want to manipulate these images, it is easier for us to do it, because this man has been moved. Then he has been moved to this place. Okay, he has been moved from this place, and we also removed the background of this man. So they are coming to talk. So we've given them new places for them to. So now they are now friends. So we can create our own image compositions or image layers with this one, how whichever we want to do it. Then we can give them a different background by clicking and dragging the background. Then so we have changed their positions. Then we will drag it to cover them, because once you drag the image, it will be the first layer, so it will cover all of them. So the next thing you need to do is to go to layer, then go to arrange, then click send to back. And when you send to back, you see that you have changed the background of the images we want. So I would like you to go through. Okay, let's deal with one last um, tool. Okay, and to do that, we are going to create a new document with the image. So we are going to open the image. So imagine that you take a picture, and there was someone who was not supposed to come in, but unfortunately he came in. What are you going to do? Are you going to keep, maybe that person may be your enemy. You didn't want the person to come into your image, so you need to remove the person from it. And that is what we are going to do. You need to select your picture, open it in a new document. Okay, now this boy, this girl, and then these people wanted to take a picture, and unfortunately this black lady came in. She was not supposed to be in the picture. So what are we going to do? We need to erase her from it. and we are not going to use the ordinary eraser, because if we do use the ordinary eraser, it's going to erase the background from it. It's going to erase everything from it. So the only thing we need to do is that the only thing we need to do is that we need to look for a tool which we are going to use to do it, and that is the lasso tool. Okay, the lasso tool. The lasso tool. We also have the polygonal lasso tool, but this time we're going to use the lasso tool, and then we click on the lasso tool, and then we are going to draw around him, around the picture we want to remove. So let's zoom in. We want to remove this lady. She was not supposed to be in the picture. So we click on our lasso tool, then we create a path around him, around the lady. Okay, so you create a path. No, don't leave it. You need to make it continuous. You need to make it continuous. If you pick this tool, you need to make it continuous. I'll use another tool which you can use it to create your path, and then so alright, you need to draw around this woman. Then you go to edit, because you have selected her. You can go to edit, and then where is delete? I don't want to use the shortcut. Okay, alright, so you can go there. After you have selected, you need to click on it. Then you see that the shape has been selected around here. So you just go and click on the delete on the keyboard. Okay, delete on keyboard. So when you click on delete, it's going to bring another thing called fill, and then you must make sure that content aware is selected. Content aware is selected. So once you click on OK or enter, it's going to process it, and then in some minutes you see what will happen to our lady. She has been found in a wrong picture, and she must not be there. So we need to remove her from the picture, and that's the process which is currently going on in Photoshop. Now that lady has vanished from the picture. Now it is always not like this, always so perfect, but sometimes it uses images from some um, some of the images from the picture. Okay, so we can continually do that, the content aware, until the lady is finally gone. So you have other things you can do. You can still do content aware, and then we'll be clicking it, and then we'll remove the lady from it. So this is how we can remove a lady from a picture, someone from a picture she's not supposed to be in. Okay, someone from a picture she's not supposed to. She was not supposed to appear in the picture, but she came. Now there are other things we can also do. I'm still teaching this. We also have the polygon lasso, and I told you let's use the polygonal lasso and see what happens. Let's use the polygonal lasso and see what happens. We open our image, and then we go to the polygonal lasso, and this is when we can create our free form image. Unlike the other one that we had to hold down the button and then draw around it. This time you can do it click by click. Okay, you can do it click by click. So if you're not good at continuous scrolling, you can use the polygonal lasso to draw the shape around the place that you want to effect the change. It can be better. Okay, it can be better, and don't strain yourself from making this better. You can always use other tools to correct it. So you click on delete, then you go to OK, or you click on enter. Okay, you press enter on the keyboard, then it will also process it and then remove the lady. from it. The next thing is also we can do cropping. We can crop some parts of the image we don't want, and this one is. You can just go through the. You see that yes, the lady has been removed from the picture. Okay, so this is basic ways of using the tools on it. One last one is patching. Okay, we want to patch some parts of the image. Imagine the kind of pimples in your face, and you take a picture, and I know on this part the ladies will enjoy it. You want to take a you took a picture and you realize there are a lot of pimples in your face. You want to remove them. You want to look fresh and other things. The other things you can do. So now we are going to apply it on this pen. This pen is not supposed to be here. So what we are going to do is that we're going to select the patch tool. Okay, when we click on the patch tool, the same way, um, this is the patch tool. Okay, we come to where the spot healing brushes, and then we click on the patch tool. Then again, we also draw around it. We also draw around it, and then we will click on it and then remove it. And you can see that as we are removing, it is replacing the position of the pen with the position we have dragged the patch to. So if I bring it here, it will place the pen where the pen is with the image which I'm selecting. So now we want to replace it with the image. We don't want to realize the image, the pen there. So bring it here. It will remove the pen for us colorfully or successfully. Okay. Now the pen has been removed. Now the same way you can use it on your pimple. If you have a pimple on your face, you just use the patch tool. Then you click on you select the pimple, and then you replace it with the nice place on your skin. Okay, a nice place on your skin. So this is how we can use Photoshop to manipulate images. We can go through other things to see. Okay, all right. So we've been able to use this. So we can go to how we can brighten our images. We shoot a dark image. We want to brighten it. We come to image, then we go to adjustment. We can see brightness and contrast levels, everything. So we go to level.
strength and hope, strength and hope. You are my strength and my hope, yeah, yeah. I know say God is my light and my salvation, my strength and my hope in times of my distress. Who shall I fear? Nobody. Careful of who you gonna trust in the day, 'cause in the night you never see them. Only for things we do as mankind, they are well hidden. And anything I don't see, I don't hear. From them things that I tell me never fear, I'll never know what kind of battle you fight for me. Strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Jaja, give me strength and hope, strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Jaja, give me strength and hope, strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Jaja, give me strength and hope. We are talking about strength, we don't mean no strength from the gym. Talking strength from within. God in the eye, give me the power, take a fight and win. Spiritual battles and things. My hope is not to the $1 million and the things that I owe. My hope lies in the hands of the Father. Strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Yeah. Jaja, give me strength and hope, strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Jaja, give me strength and hope, strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Jaja, give me strength and hope. Another one. What else? Yeah. It's a beautiful brand new day. My sending Yakop on WhatsApp. We really go better reply Tuesday. Me that's what think we man mean wood. Yeah, that be the taste of grace. I see me so bolona me no mono go better than the ace of spade. Me she wanna go for create some space, cause it gets some weight. Boga my winning James. Omo mo fi se gamba mo se mo da no ya kama monte. Say a song na me bia ni pe bia to me ne me ya twema mentwe. Wo bom pa ye via ni aka ne de ne dia koda na ade nche. Na ne nya me se me shiwa ne sija so a ma senhye na me pe kanzo.
Everybody give glory. Yes, so when I'm your mini nanny. Para why me? See your baby. It's the other baby. Jojo. I dey give you praise, oh bro.
I used to put the blame on God. Now me mama turn force, but still I me pray Tom Ford. I feel na me hunye wonya me ya mama no for try comport. Cause madam for na wonya dada bi, ne mama ne papa will be and I will turn jot. We are dear my chain ne port. Me kai me the J mu she ne go abanso. Bampenye ne fuaso ka sembi. So when ni pada se ni bia ho onenso. Yes me ne aban ne wo wentwi. Na se dum so buy na me kan ya. Inflation crash on me bosso. Inti ende se me da kanem na me mba be ko school free dia. Ene me tuche mama mo fa me born enche na toa so.
Everybody give glory. Yes, so when I'm your mini nanny. Para why me? See your baby. It's the other baby. Jojo. I dey give you praise, oh bro. Jojo.
Tell them make you never fear.
You deserve what the glory, bro.
Charlie, bunko to join a compai boom. Ebiana bibi wo ha wo pese. Strength and hope. strength and hope. You are my strength and my hope, yeah, yeah. I know say God is my light and my salvation, my strength and my hope in times of my distress. Who shall I fear? Nobody. Careful of who you gonna trust in the day, 'cause in the night you never see them. Only for things we do as mankind, they are well hidden. And anything I don't see, I don't hear. From them things that I tell me never fear, I'll never know what kind of battle you fight for me. Strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Jaja, give me strength and hope, strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Jaja, give me strength and hope, strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Jaja, give me strength and hope. We are talking about strength, we don't mean no strength from the gym. Talking strength from within. God in the eye, give me the power, take a fight and win. Spiritual battles and things. My hope is not to the $1 million and the things that I owe. My hope lies in the hands of the Father. Strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Yeah. Jaja, give me strength and hope, strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Jaja, give me strength and hope, strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Jaja, give me strength and hope. Huh. Good life is all about good life. Spanker, one God. Can't take defeat. Look to the left, look to the right. I'm thankful for my life. The struggles I've been through, but I keep winning every single fight. So me I go wave my hand keep on them. Drop another one with spanky on them. Woman and booze we party on them. This is the story of my life. Good morning to the maker, do me all this favor. Chilling in Jamaica, stunting on my haters. Morning to the maker, do me all this favor. Chilling in Jamaica, stunting on my haters. Nobody else. Loser. Nobody else. Loser. Loser. Whether he be black, purple or blue, purple or blue, many are called, chosen a few, chosen a few. Rastaman party, we never discriminate. No. Give thanks and jubilate. Rastaman party, from the nose say you clean heart, come take your place. Good morning to the maker, do me all this favor. Chilling in Jamaica, stunting on my haters. Morning to the maker, do me all this favor. Chilling in Jamaica, stunting on my haters. Nobody else. Loser. Nobody else. Loser. Loser.
Ballin' in Jamaica, one big pack the paper. Shout out naar mijn haters, doe een shout out naar mijn haters. Door die Mary AMG'tje en mijn waggie is verzekerd. Ja, ik leef die leven, ja, ik leef mijn leven. Pull Pull up in een off-white dress, bloot money, geen stress, is een hele domme lifestyle. En ik word een jong miljonair, maar die Libby die gaat vers, dus die money wil ik right now. En ik heb die money on me, flash shit only, en mijn chain die wil ik staan. Ja, ik wil die money on me, flash shit only, en mijn chain die wil ik staan.
Good morning to the maker, do me all this favor. Chilling in Jamaica, stunting on my haters. Morning to the maker, do me all this favor. Chilling in Jamaica, stunting on my haters. Nobody here, bruiser. Nobody here, bruiser. Bruiser.
Medidi Itina mele mamilie nanka Move abedim parts Come Kofi Kenata
I love it.
Yeah
Ghana songs dot
Ya hustle anapa Onye rabe du kwenye bi Ahade yanda Embili ni ha mebibini Fisensa Monye jumanu ondidi Inti na meleye Bamiliye na nkeme didi Danso mekope bibi dino anone me beye denenam Amanya me uninyada Ki ya kontu sam Asisisi kwa shemu krumu Wakikade me nibi na menke Ono wejimi de on the phone So the phone pack so jafona wale guide no Sisi kwa shemu krumu Wakikade me nibi na menke Ono wejimi de on the phone So the phone pack so jafona wale guide no Shali mame una meleka na nyawode na meleka Hey, I want to move some yelling in a yaka. Iti, but the master begin a mo yame, yamina. I am sensually, hustle mini baby da. Some yard patch there, yamina was some yard out the over yamia wa stella. Moshe Jesse for hard trick, no Jehovah yamia wa stella. Motivate you, but you go okay. Mama, tafu when you Mama, my son and my no. Mama wankada nyami aya somono na wanyi no akuido anya no ko. Mama una meleka na nyawode na meleka. Abantu bonsam yeli na yaka. Asisisi kwa shemu ko. Wakikade me nyebi na menke ono weji muda on the phone. So the phone pack so jafona wale guide no sisi kwa shemu ko. Wakikade me nyebi na menke ono weji muda on the phone. So the phone pack so jafona wale guide no. Yeah, ah be my soul, ah yeah bro. Yeah bro. See mama tafu nyaso ya. Mama ma yeso na mano no. Mama wankada nyamia ya sono na wanyi no kuida nya no ko. Ah, me shesha ya be wa habia kama ya no long time. Me say me shesha ya ba fa wa habia kama fa no long time. Brother me shesha ya be wa no wa ya na kama ya dada. Me say me shesha ya ba fa wa no ogwa na kama fa dada. Na tuzi se wa mu komo wa. Wakikada be nyebi na menka yo no. Nyebi na anda komo wa. Sisi kwa shemu ko. Wakikada be nyebi na menka yo no. Nyebi na anda komo. So the phone pack so jafona wale guide no. Sisi kwa shemu ko. Wakikada be nyebi na menka yo no. Nyebi na anda komo. So the phone pack so jafona wale guide no.
Yeah. Aquasinio, it's okay the brown. Person a talk yo. Hey, send me soon. I want him in the soon. Hey, Messari I want him the momo serie. Uraya usapon, say what can you? Hey, send me time for na me need the no. Say what no one ya me yo. Kwabena poku ana ya me yo. Me young queen ya me am power. Kumase kase, mene na ne flinty. Akwantuom, ubisana se ya me si me nua no. Se me ni fia ne ho na me se, me wonyu ma pin so na dia na me ye. Dia se manu mu no me ya me ya cho. Yeah, me nua no. Nana mache, na se me ni guso so we ho hwe. Enenipa, ye we di we. Enenipa di enenipa, ye we di we. Ma wada baby. Akwasini o, me de masem na ya yum tue. Enenipa, ye we di we. Enenipa di enenipa, ye we di we. Ma wada baby. Hey, bam. Beat father, mommy beats. Hey, it's a get a brown boss and not chucky. Bishia Kuebi, our Peter Kuromu wapa. One ne wushio ti me train be me se me nua no ene de munyi wo be free so mo ba fia hwe emra ne ho wo no na don su wo oye maburo bi me yesa me ko aduro so emra me duru ho no sana Peter de mabeja dada nana enye di pasem na ye kai enenipa ye we di we enenipa di enenipa ye we di we ma wada baby akwasini o me de masem na ye yum tue enenipa ye we di we enenipa di enenipa ye we di we ma wada baby. Yeah. The broad day. And so one say that I said, brother, me yada wati. And so one say that I said, brother, me feel wati. Me so one say that. And you know what? When ya kukofuna, when ya server, when ya kukofunu, chile say, ubenya brother. As when you ni apa Marie. Hey, Rolex, Yanko Beam, enenipa, ebe ye wedi wewu, enenipa, ebe ye wedi wewu, ma wada baby.
It's another classic one, baby. Baby, I will come home now you done so. I dream, I'm into my more for. Baby, I'm a fire, mama, kuma who sell me doors, and me nyan come as uncle. What's in my kuma fala? So who send me so dear? I send me a tibia would on a macum when Tina my fan as some sacha. Or don't fit your said it. And so it's all done, Korea Sebasa. Don't me don't wanna so I say. Wafanu I grew up, you don't even care. Boy, let me just tell you this. Watch me say your love doesn't exist. Finally say when you be, would you do her this? No, no. Boy, let me just tell you this. Watch me say your love doesn't exist. Find it say when you ain't be what you do have this. No, no. One you told my friend, Monsieur Frimou, it's all I'm hurt. Although you betray myself, our love was never like this. So, one you told my friend, Monsieur Frimou, it's all I'm hurt. Although you betray myself, our love was never like this. So, yeah, never like this, so never like this. Never like this, so never like this. Never like this, so never like. All of us never like this, so yeah. Never like this, so never like this. Never like this, so never like this. Never like this, so never like. All of us never like this, so yeah. Abna, Ikea, Akosiane, yeah. You told them you weren't with me, and then I think of it, and then I'm like, oh, this boy really did bad to me. I gave my all, because I'm in that. Till I hear you ring on my phone. The promises you made to me, turns out they weren't really from your heart. Boy, get up, now I'm really down with you. I wish you were the best, I won't lie, oh no. So when you're the full fry, don't mess around, Boy, get up, now I'm really down with you. I wish you were the best, I won't lie, oh no. So when you're the full fry, don't mess around. My friend, Monsieur Frimou, it's all I'm hurt. Although you betray myself, all of us never like this. So one you told with my friend, Monsieur Frimou, it's all I'm hurt. Although you betray myself, all of us never like this. So yeah, never like this, so never like this. Never like this, so never like this. Never like this, so never like. All of us never like this. So OGB music.
Yeah. Aquasinio, it's so get the brown. Horse on a chalk, yo. Hey, send me soon, I want him in the soon. Hey, Messary, I want him the moon, Seria. Uraya, Sapon, Sewa Kayo. Hey, send me time for na me need the no. Sewa no one, yamio. Pabna poku ane yami o. Me young queen yami ampawai. Kumase kase. Mene na ne flinty. Akwentu ubisana se ya mesi minu no. Se mini fia ne hwa na me se. Me wonyu mapi so ne dia na me ye. Dia se manum no me ya me ya cho. Yeah, minu no. Nana mache, na se meni guso suwe nwushwe. Enenipa, enenipa diye. Enenipa, mawada baby. Akwasini yo, mede masem na ya nyumtue. Enenipa, enenipa diye. Enenipa, mawada baby. Hey, bam, bam, bam. Beat father, mommy beats. Hey. It's a get a brown boss and not chucky. Bisia kuebi ya wadi Peter kuromu wapa. One ne wushio to me train a bear miss a miniano no. And a dear, we will be free so mubafia. Tre, Emra the whole no. Nana don't sue. Oh yeah, my brobi. May yes, I'm a quail so. Emra me duru hono. Sana Peter de Mabijada dada. Nana. Enenipa se na ye ken. Enenipa diye. Enenipa mawada baby. Akwasini yo, mede masem na ye nyumtue. Enenipa diye. Enenipa mawada baby. What the brody, and so one say that. I said, brother, me yada wati. And so one say that. I said, brother, me feel wati. Me so one say that. And you know what? When ya kukofuna, when ya server, when ya kukofunu chirese, ubenya brother. As when you ni apa Marie. Hey. Rolex, Yanko Beam, Enenipa, a bear wedi wewo, Enenipa, a bear wedi wewo, Mawada baby.
It's another classic one, baby.
Strength and hope, strength and hope. You are my strength and my hope, yeah. I know say God is my light and my salvation, my strength and my hope in times of my distress. Who shall I fear? Nobody. Careful of who you gonna trust in the day, 'cause in the night you never see them. Only for things we do as mankind, they are well hidden. And anything I don't see, I don't hear. From them things Jaja tell me never fear. I'll never know what kind of battle you fight for me. Strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this I cannot go. Jaja give me strength and Jaja give me strength and hope, strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Jaja give me strength and hope. We are talking about strength, we don't mean no strength from the gym. Talking strength from within. God in the eye, give me the power, take a fight and win. Spiritual battles and things. Oh, my hope. It's not to the $1 million and the things that I owe. Oh, lies in the hands of the Father. Strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Yeah, Jaja give me strength and hope, strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Jaja give me strength and hope, strength and hope, strength and hope. You be my strength and hope. In times like this, I cannot go. Jaja give me strength and hope. Another one. What else? Yeah. It's a beautiful brand new day. My sending Yakop on WhatsApp. We really go reply Tuesday. Me that's what think we man mean with yeah, that be the taste of grace. I see me so bolona me no more better than any ace of spade. Me she wanna go for create some space, cause it gets some weight. Bug my willing James. Omo mo fi se sikamba mu se mo da no ya kama monte. Say a song na me bia ni pe bia to me ne me ya twema mentwe. Wo bompa ye via ni aka ne de ne dia koda na adenche. Na nenya me se me shiwa de sija so a ma sense na me pe kanzo.
Everybody give glory. Yes, so when I'm your mini nanny. I don't want me, see your baby. It's the other baby. Jojo, I dey give you praise, oh bro, bro, bro. Jojo, you deserve all the glory, bro, bro, bro.
You know I used to put the blame on God. Now me mama turn force, but still I na me pray Tom Ford. I feel na me hunye wonya me ya mama no for try comport. Cause madam for na woye dada bi, ne mama ne papa wo bi na wo turn jot. O wi ade ma ye che ne wo port. Me kai me the J mu ehye ne gu abanso. Pampanyi ne fuo so ka sembi. So woni pada se ni bia ho onenso. Yes me ne aban ne wo wantwi. Na se dum so bae na me kan ya. Inflation crash so me bosso. Nti ende se me da kanem na me mba be ko school free dia. Ene me tuche mama mo fa me born nche me na to aso.
Everybody give glory. Yes, so when I'm your mini nanny. I don't want me, see your baby. It's the other baby. Jojo, I dey give you praise, oh bro, bro, bro. Jojo,
Tell them make you never fear.
you deserve all the glory, bro, bro, bro.
Charlie, bunko to gena kompai boom. Ebiana bibi wo ha wo pese wonya mesesa wo bra boom. Yes. Obrani yesuku anka wonu paka waka wo saitom. Forget ni panado ye bi na wo be ya ye ne wo dom. Omo pese ye damudu ko wo mbo mu ni mu ni wo cause ye be pape na ya start ediasa na saboni nkuma sase twa wona ase na wa pass negativity call the bana wakati awo nemba wo hema doggy to wadwimo na kodanya me be sorti nya yehowa hyehyɛ da we ni mu no masa se we ni boss pa one time wo be shock
You dance with him, whoa. You see the vibe and the control, and now the blessings they flow, yeah. Thank you, Meradi, yes. Someone bambuti ameda kemini ambamo. Thank you, Meradi, yes. Someone bambuti ameda kemini ambamo. Rockstar, Jojo, I give you praise, oh bro, bro, bro.
the battle is still the loss.
Jojo,
G on the mix.
you deserve all the glory, bro, bro, bro.